Courtney Vandersloot is going to be out the remainder of the season as the Chicago Sky lose their starting point guard. We're going to talk about what that means for the team, who could step up in Slutty's absence, and a season that seems all but lost. We're going to get into all and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into the shits. Courtney Vandersloot is going to be out for the remainder of the 2025 season. With an ACL injury that she suffered in the last game against Indiana Fever that looked like a nasty injury at the time. Of course, you always kind of hold out some hope that maybe it's not going to be as bad as it looks, but no, it's exactly what it looked like. Courtney Vandersloot is not going to be returning at any point this season, which leaves the Sky with a huge hole in their roster because Courtney Vandersloot was the only point guard that we had on the roster. Now, I don't say that as a slight to Haize Van Lith. I think Haize is a player that is going to be a point guard, and she's actually shown some ability to run the offense at times already. But this is a major injury late into the career of Courtney Vandersloot, and now that's going to put a lot on what happens next at the point guard position for the Chicago Sky. Is Haize Van Lith going to get the keys to go? And then you're running with a rookie point guard out there? Or are they going to make another acquisition, right? What's going to happen in that point? And that's what Tyler Marsh and the Chicago Sky are going to have to figure out. But this is it's really unfortunate. It really just sucks, to put it plainly. Like, this was a season that was a lot of excitement coming into the Chicago Sky season. And one of the reasons for that excitement was Vandersloot coming back to the Chicago Sky and being able to run that point, run pick and pops, make entry passes to the bigs, things like that. And it really sucks that this is where we are right now. And we'll see how Tyler Marsh adjusts the offense. We know that Tyler Marsh at the beginning of the season talked about using Angel Reese as more of a point forward. I don't know if that's going to happen, right? Ariel Atkins is going to probably get a lot more opportunity now to ball handle, which could get her more into her scoring rhythm, which, could be a good thing for the Sky as far as on the scoring side of the ball. She's not really the facilitator that Courtney Vandersloot is, but that doesn't mean you can't adapt the offense, right? We ran last year with having Kennedy Carter out there and her operating the ball a lot. So, maybe you can adapt and go to that type of system. If I'm the Chicago Sky, I'm getting on the phone and apologizing to Kennedy Carter and getting her to come back in this motherfucker. That's what I would personally do. I know it's probably not going to happen, but that's what I would do. But at this point, the season, it seems like a season that could be lost by the Chicago Sky, and it's still very early on to say some shit like that. But it really feels like that, like the Sky are already on the precipice of letting the season get completely and utterly away from them, and that sucks. That sucks to say that for a team that's came in with a lot of excitement. They started off 2-5. 2-5, and that may not seem like a lot, but keep in mind, once you get to 10 games, you're a quarter of the way through your season. 10 games in the WNBA is a quarter of the way through your season. So, you gotta every game matters that much more. They come back, they play on Tuesday against the New York Liberty. That game's on ESPN. We'll see how the Sky perform on that one, man. But this really sucks. It's this season already is looking like it's going to be a disaster of a season for the Chicago Sky, and we'll see. I guess we'll see. Like I said, Ariel Atkins probably going to do more ball handling opportunity, but you still got to start another point guard. Or are you going to go Rebecca Allen? Move Ariel Atkins to be the point? I don't know. I mean, I guess we shall see. Shark Boy says, I'm really upset. Yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. David says, develop HVL. That's definitely what they could do. But then again, are we like Tyler Marsh and his coaching? It's left so much to be desired that it's like, I hear that, but what are we doing? This really sucks from Jordan. Zaytoven, what's up, Haize? What's going on, Zaytoven? We're done. I mean, we're done before but this seals the deal. Here's what I'll say, right? I'll say this, is that sometimes you get a little surprised by teams once some major adversity hits. Maybe this is the major adversity to wake up some of these players on the Chicago Sky. I don't know. They can always try to make an acquisition. There's players out there that have been waived that the Sky could bring in, right? You got some things like that, but, it sucks. It sucks. What's going on, Brandon Peck? Knew it was her ACL when I replayed it back. It probably didn't help that they were playing a 36-year-old heavy minutes. I mean, the thing is, there's a lot. Like, this is the WNBA. It's not like, even in the NBA, you're starting to see more than that. I don't think the minutes had anything to do with it per se. It sucks. It sucks. Ariel Atkins needs to handle the ball in more HVL to the 2. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Tough being a loyal Chicago fan. It sucks. It's always something. It's always something. She needs to call this retirement, and they need to look for a new point guard. Yeah, I mean, it always kind of felt like this was like Courtney Vandersloot coming back home. I'm not going to say that maybe the plan was only 1 year, but I think it was going to be on a year-by-year basis. She still lives in Chicago. She's a Chicago sports legend. But at this point, I would really love to see Courtney Vandersloot, if she does retire. And, shout out, she's a competitor. I'm not going to put on her that she needs to retire. We'll see what she does. But I would love for her to join the coaching staff of the Chicago Sky, because I think that Courtney Vandersloot, if anybody else, has a really bright future as a coach ahead of them. So apologize to CC is a good idea. Listen, I know it's not going to happen. But I would be on the phone. Hold on. I know y'all, this isn't bull. I used to do this skit on Bull Central. Hey, Kennedy, I know you're going to hang up. It's Jeff. Kennedy, please. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. I listen, here's what we'll do. Kennedy, if you come back here, we'll give you the contract that you want and a hotel room full of big booty hoes for you. That's what we do, Kennedy. What else do you need? What else you need? You need a mountain of Jordans? Say less. We got you. Dwayne Wade will come and pick you up from Mexico personally. He ain't got nothing else to do. Okay. All right, bet. Like that's what I do. I literally, I don't know what it would take, but I would be on the phone with Kennedy. Yeah, we'll see. We have to get killed on ESPN. Yeah. It is what it is, man. Quit is in the building. One of my favorite YouTuber says Chicago basketball all around is just sad right now. Don't see the season turning around that much for the Sky. We need to change the offensive scheme so bad. That's clearly a huge problem. Yes, and so this is a breaking news episode for the Sloot News, but I will be getting heavily into tomorrow's daily episode. Is going to be a longer one because I want to talk a lot in depth about what's going on with Chicago's offense, what's going on with the defense, coaching standpoint, players failing. I want to get really into the bag there. So I'm putting together an episode. It's going to be a longer one, but I wanted to get this one out, man, and talk about Slooty, unfortunately. I agree with change of Tyler's offensive scheme. It clearly doesn't work for anyone. It's not helping anyone. The offensive scheme that we're running is doing nothing for anyone on this roster, and it really is starting to feel like great coaches adapt their scheme to the players. And it's starting to feel from Tyler Marsh that he had a scheme in mind and he's just trying to force feed it. And it's like, if you don't have the roster to the scheme, you got to adapt it. Like, you're not getting the best out of anybody. And I'm not putting it all on coaching. I'm not somebody who I don't think you can blame 100% of a team's problems on any one aspect. It's a lot of things going on right now wrong with the Sky. But while we're talking about the coaching, this is doing nothing for anybody. Nobody looks like they're naturally getting into their spots. Nobody feels like they're naturally getting the ball where they need to get the ball. Nothing feels natural about this team right now. And you made the move from Spoon because you wanted better coaching, and I honestly don't see that better coaching. Now, Tyler Marsh is the coach here. Are they going to move on from another coach? No, it's unlikely. I get it. I understand it. I feel for everyone that's saying fire Tyler Marsh. I highly doubt they're going to do that. But you have to realize, if you are a coach that's half your weight in salt, you got to get your life together. And Tyler Marsh right now is struggling out there, and that's why going with heralded assistants is always a concern, right? Because you always have to think about, all right, how much are there and the players on Aces love Tyler Marsh. They talk glowingly about Tyler Marsh, but you always have to ask yourself, how much of their job was made easier because they were coaching under a great coach, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to turn into a great coach themselves. Now, there have been coaches that have started off rough that have eventually turned into really solid coaches, so it could still go either way. But right now, it's a struggle right now. Hey, just tell me we cooked and I can go on and enjoy my summer without stress. Listen, I won't give up. I won't give up yet. I won't give up. Literally, I was talking to people at the game about getting Kennedy back yesterday. Not going to happen, but would be the spark that we need. Man, it would be such a spark to that locker room. Such a spark to the fan base. Like there's no way that anybody, like even if the Sky didn't want to bring her back, there's no way that anybody can tell me that Kennedy Carter should not be in the WNBA. So that was a. I know I'm not the conspiracy theorist, but this feels like a design effort from either the front office of the NBA or every owner in the NBA, WNBA literally said, all right, bet. We're not by any means necessary, we're not giving Kennedy Carter any offers. And I don't understand why. She is too good. Does she have some troubles? Yes, she does. But how do you expect somebody anyway, that's a story for another day. I can go down a rabbit hole and then we'll be here for an hour of me talking about that. Nate says, not the big booty hoes. Listen, who doesn't like big booty? I'm just saying everybody does. Everybody does. I don't understand how Mariah Jefferson's so hurt she ain't play a game yet this season. Well, she's just not good. Nothing about the team looks good right now or feels good. You're 100% right, Chicago Cheetah. Nothing feels right. Nothing feels good at anything at all. Quita says, just about everyone is averaging season lows. Clearly, this isn't working. We'll see if they make adjustments. The Sky have roughly the same talent on the roster, but what's missing is heart and drive. You listen, preach. And the thing with this is that, we have roughly about the same level of talent that we had last year. And it just, something when it's this bad, this feels like when a coach has lost the voice with the team. And he's 7 games into being a head coach. So that can't be the case, right? Like that can't be it. But it feels like it. It feels like it. And it's just, man, it's really trash right now. It's really trash. But okay, I wanted to bring this breaking news. We'll have a more in-depth episode tomorrow. I apologize for no post-game show yesterday. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I told y'all all the time, I'm a fan first. I do this constant stuff because I can. I was pissed off yesterday, and if I would have got on after the game, all it would have been was me yelling and cursing. And I didn't want that as like a content creator. I've been trying my best to not let that aspect of it bleed in. I was just pissed off. I'm just going to be 100% honest with y'all. I was pissed the F off yesterday. And I was not in the space to deliver any content for y'all that would have been anything that y'all deserve. I wouldn't have been in the space to do it. So, but we've clear minds have prevailed. We're back on, right? 3 times a week at the bare minimum. We got a daily episode coming out tomorrow. Game on Tuesday, so you have your normal 3 episodes during game time, and we're back on the schedule. I had to spend the last 24 hours realizing and coming to terms that this season's probably lost, and that centered me. And now I'm ready to deliver the content that y'all deserve. I've been pissed off the last 24 hours. So I love you guys, man. Make sure you guys stay in tune with us. You can follow us at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the #1 spot for everything Chicago Sky related. Love you guys. Go Sky. I'll see y'all the next time we go to Skytown. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.